Here's all you need to wire a motorcycle like a pro. Let's start with the wire itself because the job can only be as good as the parts you use. And I've used everything from audio wire to the cheap PVC coated stuff, and trust me, save yourself those lessons and go straight for TXL wire. It uses a chemically bonded insulation that's heat and abrasion resistant, highly flexible, strong as hell, and has a small profile, which is all important on a motorcycle. To know what wire size you need, you can refer to diagrams like this and stick with a gauge that's rated higher than the circuit's fuse. I'm not sponsored by anyone, but here's a few sites you can check out to get good TXL wire. Next, let's talk about connectors. On most bikes, I like to run these 4mm bullets, which are what you'll find on most vintage motorcycles. Whether you prefer plated or non-plated connectors, it's important to stick with good brands like TE. They hold up really well and can be unplugged and plugged back in without breaking or pulling out the wire, which is super important for staying sane on the job. The reason I get uninsulated connectors is because they're designed to give a higher quality crimp that actually grabs the wire and sheathing compared to the pre-insulated style that basically just squishes the wire. Oh, and don't forget to pick up insulating sleeves. They're cheap and generic for any 4mm bullet connector. The last key part of good wiring are the crimping tools. I have a few, but this is the one I use 99% of the time. It crimps just about everything I run into on a motorcycle, and it makes strong, solder-free connections. And this may be controversial, but I recommend ditching solder entirely. There's several reasons I stopped using it, but to name one, it's just really easy to create hard spots in your wiring that can eventually crack and short out. And while there can be uses for it, it's just an unnecessary step from my experience. I hope this helps, and ride safe.